All right, we are live.
All right.
I am making a sacrifice for the masses tonight.
Oh,
Yep.
uh,
I am drinking Basil Hayden's and Jim Beam side by side.
oof.
I'm in for a flavorless night.
Not me. You take one for the team. I'll hang with the other guys.
Yeah, this is
I'm
this
starting
is
off
the
with the newest version of King Ranch by Old Forester. It's not bad. It's pretty decent.
so so let me tell you what my suspicion is. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
My suspicion after pouring these side by side, nosing both of them, I will say there is a slightly more pronounced nose, slightly on the Basil Hayden's. But when I taste it, it's pretty much vanilla, watery, nothing, right?
Yeah.
So now I taste the Jim Beam, and it's pretty much vanilla, watery, nothing. They taste almost identical. And I want you to look. They could have come from the same barrel. Look at this.
Looks like it. Yep.
Here's my suspicion. My suspicion is that they go through and they hand select barrels that
Mm-hmm.
would go into Jim Beam. They pull them to the side and do a small batch, whatever, for Basil Hayden's. And then
Yeah.
they take all of those massive barrels that have the same exact mash bills, same aging, everything, and they blend them all together and then cut them down to 80 proof and then push them out there in these little plastic bottles here.
Yeah. Makes
Because
sense.
why in the hell would someone pay $50+ for a Basil Hayden's when it tastes almost exactly like this?
Because it's smooth and it's in a cool bottle. It's got that little chastity belt there around it.
Yeah, it's got the little wood thing with the little metal around it, and it's got the paper on there,
Hmm.
and it's got the
And it's
same damn
smooth.
smooth shit. That flavorless.
Yeah.
I saw somebody post something online that said my two favorite bourbons are Basil Hayden's and um, Blanton's. And
Mm.
I thought in my head, you don't like bourbon. And I scrolled down about three comments, and somebody said, you don't effing like bourbon. And I was like, there you go. I didn't have to say it, I didn't have to be mean.
Oh, there you go, Sugar Kitty. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Pass.
But it's not any good. It's
Nah,
not.
I if Sugar Kitty's price of $37, if you want, a light pour for the wife or something,
Oh, right. Yeah.
so the 80 proof or whatever,
I
that's
mean, I'm
not
going
like
to drink
it'll
it. But,
climb all over you. I
hmm
mean, this King Ranch I'm sipping on, the newest one here. It's 105, so it's just slightly above Wild Turkey 101. Few
hmm
points.
You know what my problem is? I poured too much in these glasses. I'm
Ah,
flipping straight back and forth between them, and I
yeah,
guarantee you, I have to chill, look and see which glass I have. That's how close
yeah.
they are in flavor.
Dang. What cheers there? Tater Dom, Sugar Kitty, Major
There's
Zero.
a. I'm gonna tell you, it's a little stronger. Basil Hayden's it comes through a little more pronounced on the vanilla.
Hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, yeah. I didn't shout everybody out in the chat. Oh my gosh, I'm falling down on my duties. We got you nose bro came in really early. Sugar Kitty, Art by Sparkle, Tater Dom, Slapshots Roadhouse. Of course, you're here. Big Daddy H, Major Zero,
Oh,
Art by Sparkle. Did I already say that one? Yeah, I did. Chris Jenkins, and
Jenkins.
I think we're caught up now. I'll
I
shout
don't
at
know,
anyone
Sugar
else.
Kitty. I prefer the old granddad over the
William
basil
Hall.
for sure, especially the 114.
Yeah, there's some funky old granddads out there. The lower
Oh yeah,
proof, but the 114 one is it's okay.
the bonded and the 114 are the ones
Mhm.
that I ever get. All right, cheers, William.
I think people buy Basil Hayden's. Well, like he said, he can get it for way cheaper than it is here. People pay $50. It's 40. I think here it's like 40 something dollars plus tax. You're going to pay over 50.
Dang.
And there's a lot of places where they jack it up just over 50. And but it tastes. I think people want it to taste different, so they think it tastes different than it.
Mm, yeah.
I think
Dang
people
Major
run
Zero.
into that trap. They spend a lot on a bottle. They have high hopes for it, and they don't
Mm,
want to admit they bought a bottle that just didn't live up to it.
well, for example, this one, which last year was $65, this year
Mm-hmm.
is $80
Whoa,
and not worth it.
nah,
I would not go out and spend $80 on this. I would go right next to it and grab the 120. Call it a day for cheaper.
yep. Oh, and I guarantee you, Chris Jenkins. I saw he mentioned the Major Zero, the old tub. I guarantee you, the old tub, the single barrel, it's probably right in here with in flavor profile. And what gets me is the old tub is close to these in flavor profile, and it's 100 freaking proof
Mm,
because it's bottled in bond.
yeah.
It just has more alcohol content, but no more flavor. So anyway, mm. And I'm not getting down on Jim Beam. If I'm traveling, I'll throw some of these little plastic boogers in my car, or pack them, in my stuff. And when I get to where I'm going, I'll pour this straight over into a plastic cup in that room and drink it. You know,
There you go.
and
Ain't, no- ain't,
it works.
ain't, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
And plastic bouncing around in the vehicles a whole lot better off than the glass bottles.
Yep. And it's easier to carry up to the room. And I guarantee you, one
Oh,
of
okay. I
these
got you, Sugar Kitty.
is about a good night right there
Oh, yeah.
on that. I'm just gonna look to see. I don't usually buy these. Is this a
Pint?
375?
Yeah.
No. So this is half 750. I'm not going to drink all that. Well, I might. It depends. Well, with
And it's
80
one of
proof.
those nights.
Yeah, 80 proof though. Now, with a friend, we have drank more than half of a 750 together.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm drinking more than a quarter. But now, one of these, I usually have about like that much left or something. And the
Yep.
Gentleman Jack, remember those? The one with the
Mm-hmm.
little twist off thing? That was all I could get when I was in Utah at the liquor store they had. They didn't hardly have anything. You know what I haven't done yet? I have not posted the hashtag.
Nope.
Tonight's top 10 list brought to you by me. Um, Now this is I forget where I got the information from. Let me get this hashtag ready. We'll catch back up. We're not spinning later anyway. So
Not bad.
this is the top 10 whiskeys companies, like the major whiskey companies,
Mm-hmm.
by million cases sold. Right. So which one ranks 10 down to one? Um,
Okay.
but the caveat: this does not include Scotch. It has its own category. This is United States, Canada, Ireland, and Japan. So I'm going to
Hmm.
bring this up. The number 10 on the list is Maker's Mark, and that just because I put that particular Maker's Mark, it's all Maker's Marks. So there we go. It is hashtag MM.
Oh, easy.
And I put the
So,
2021 to 2022. You can see it; they went up 5.3% in sales. Part of that, you're going to see a lot of that on the list today. And they said last year in 2022 was the first time in 2 decades that whiskey has outsold vodka.
good.
Yeah. So neutral spirits came in the 50s and 60s, and well, especially
Hey,
60s and
Helen.
70s. Because 50s, it used to be you had the bourbon container with the the ice bucket and stuff like that. That was like the
Mm-hmm.
big thing, and like ad agencies and smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 60s came along, and then disco and the 70s, and everybody wanted mixers at the bar, and they
Yeah.
just wanted clear spirit with flavoring in it, and then that took off. Ah, Hanakalani, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's hashtag MM for the entries. This is we're doing five of them at 10, four at 15, and number one at 20 tonight. We're back to normal.
Okay, dokie.
We do have a
Hmm.
good start too on the halfway mark giveaway for January 25, and there's already several hundred entries into that one already. So, but I'll bring this back down. But
Hmm.
I don't like fooling myself when it comes to whiskey. I don't like fooling myself. I think a lot of times people do. They buy like I can tell you, I tried it again too. That Elijah Craig 18-year, I try not to be disappointed with it, but I can't
Mm.
not be disappointed with it because I paid way too much money for that, and it's about as much better than regular Elijah Craig than this Basil Hayden's is over this Jim Beam.
Yeah. So
It's not a
fairly
lot.
noticeable.
Oh yeah, barely. It's the mouth feel on it more than anything.
Hmm. This one's got a real good mouthfeel to it, but it's got an odd kind of chocolate note to it.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
that
just
King Ranch. Oh, the Redwood
nah,
Empire. I haven't opened mine.
Redwood Empire, the cast strength one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to
Oh,
that one after this. I'll open it up. Either that or Rebecca's Creek because I gotta have something to drink after this.
I don't know. Maybe it's the malted barley or something. It's got a different odd. It's an
Oh,
odd
cool.
chocolatey note.
Hang on, my wife is traveling. Let me send her a yay. She does the fat puppy treat thing, and if she keeps texting me, I'll tell her, I'm live, and then she'll go, oh shit. But um, now she was a 4 hour drive, 4 hour drive here this afternoon, and she made it to the hotel, so she was letting me know, and now I can relax and not.
Yep.
It's not like she's an 18-year-old driving 4 hours. I mean, she's been doing it a while,
True.
but anything can happen.
Or she's not with some people on a boat on a 4 hour tour.
Well, we have an app too with our phones that
Yeah.
would we get alerted, and I it works too because I this guy was backing out, and he just gunned it and just backed out in front of me, and I mean I hit those brakes, and that was when I was driving that blue car, and
Mm.
I the wheels broke loose and then caught again, right? And I mean we were this close, and I actually put it in reverse and
Dang.
backed up, and he was sitting there, looking at me, and my wife calls me after that, and she goes, "You got in an accident?" And I said, "Nope, but it was damn close."
Missed it by that
That
much.
much, yeah. But it knew, my phone said, "Oh, we came to an abrupt stop," and
Yeah.
so it alerted her that I had been in an accident or possibly been in an
Yeah.
accident.
I got you, Ben.
Put my phone. Mm. So, Bourbon,
Hmm.
the difference between Basil Hayden and Jim Beam is not a lot. So,
Slim to none.
smidge.
A wee smidge. Other than the price.
He said water. Well, they're both 80 proof, but I think they just Yeah. Uh-oh. Here's the alarm. All right, we got to spin this thing.
All right.
Present my screen.
That's not bad.
And good luck, everybody, on the Maker's Mark. Tonight's top 10 list is top 10 whiskeys by a million cases sold. And the first one goes to Hanakalani Creations.
Congrats, Holland. Ellen.
Yep. All right. Got that one. Let that confetti die down. She looks so happy in that picture. Get the next one. But hell no on both. Yeah, I know. I'm taking one for the team tonight, man. I'm drinking them side by side. There is not a lot of difference between them. I mean, the nose is more pronounced on the Basil Hayden's, and the vanilla note you get is more vanilla-y. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Well, they just picked a couple of a little bit slightly better barrels.
yeah. All right. Now, this is the one of the only ones where I put the word on there. So, but this is Tories.
Never heard of
And
that one.
oops, oh, okay. I don't know why the hell it did that. When I hit enter, it had a slash behind the word, but then when it came up, it didn't have the slash. I thought I had accidentally put a slash in there. Anyway.
Where's Tori's whiskey sold at? A cup that I'm guessing to be Japan, maybe.
Yeah, see right here. Do. That's kanji.
Oh, on the right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
black bottle. Yeah.
Oh, can you can't see my cursor. I'm
I no.
but I'm used to
No, I
doing
can
it
see
on
the
Teams and stuff.
oh, it's Centauri. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why they come up with the Tories.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, they're in the game pretty thick nowadays.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot. They had a very very little change from 21 to 22. 2.9 million cases, probably 2.9 whatever million to make the 1.7. So anyway,
Yeah, 2.5, almost 3.
yeah.
Still, that's pretty good though. I mean, if you factor in what Centauri's doing with Beam, and then what they
Mhm.
have, what 4 other distilleries that I know of.
Well, and
At
they
least that's
didn't
what they
want
put
to
in that one whiskey.
when they ranked all of these. See, Suntory, there's Tories, and that's a division. Then there's
Yeah.
Beam Suntory, that's a whole division. And then there's Suntory whatever, that's another division. And so they went by
Yeah.
divisions when they were
Uh,
doing the rankings. So
okay. I've got one that's it's called AO, and
mhm.
it's it's a blend of 5 of their different distilleries. They took some whiskey from Beam Centauri, some whiskey from these other ones, and then blended all those together to make this one whiskey called AO. And
Yep.
it's pretty good. It's kind of Scotch like to a degree.
You
You know,
know, one thing I've kind of figured out that in a pinch, and I'm not talking about for any even a daily sipper or anything like that. But if all I could find was just either Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Evan Williams, or something like that, I would get Jim Beam, I think, unless they had Benchmark, and then I would get
yeah.
Benchmark.
But isn't that being or no? Who's benchmark? Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's Beam.
Buffalo Trace, McAfee's Benchmark. That's
No.
Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. I do like the foolproof benchmark. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I
good.
have a bottle of it. I just
125
haven't
proofer.
opened it yet either. But I did a blind where I put the base. I put Evan Williams against Jack
Uh,
Daniels against Jim Beam because Jack Daniels can technically legally be called a bourbon. They just choose not to.
mhm.
Against the McAfee's benchmark.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm kind of with
I
you,
don't like the
RB.
higher corn count of Evan Williams. That's just not my thing. I just don't like Evan Williams. There, RB. I
I like
mean, it's not my
the
favorite.
I like their the 100 proofer.
No, I haven't. I also haven't tried many Evan Williams things beyond like the 80 proof, the
Oh,
lowest
nah.
tier.
Some of the higher stuff. It's the lower tiers and not that great.
Hmm.
You know, the 100 proof stuff. It starts getting decent right about there.
But like, I mean, these are all meh right here. You know what I'm drinking? The Basil
Hmm.
Hayden's and the Jim Beam are both just pretty
Yeah,
blah. But
yeah. You know,
they're
just
not off putting. You know, you could drink them if that's all
oh
you
yeah,
had. And for me, and it's not like it's that strong. Oh yeah, well, little Jay, you quit drinking. But uh, the uh, the Evan Williams to me, it's got a little funk to it, but it's so weak anyway because the 80 proof watered down shit is weak anyway, right? So there's
hmm
not enough funk to run me off, but there's a little something funky about it I don't like. And a lot of people say that about Jack Daniels. There's something in there they don't care for.
yep. I agree, RB. That white label is it's a good cheap
Yeah,
bottle. You know,
I may try that.
that ranks right. Not quite as good as the Wild Turkey 101, but I just I prefer a lot of stuff really.
You know, I should do that sometime when I walk in and and first thing I do though is I look to see if they have a bottle worth buying that I don't have, and that's
Yeah.
very hard to do around here. And then I'll look behind the glass and I'll do all that. And what I want to do one day, go in and I'm itching to buy more bottles, but I'm not traveling anywhere. And I need to just
Yeah.
wipe their bottom shelf out and just take it home with me. just
Give me this old crow, this Kentucky
yeah,
Tavern.
just how many boxes you got over
There you go. Get everything you can for 100.
there?
Dang, Sugar Kitty. Wow.
Mm. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's big. Now, but and Scotch wasn't included on this list here.
Yeah.
So Scotch is a separate category. So if Beam Suntory owns those, they would be, and by millions cases sold, it would be a separate division.
Yeah. Well, the only Lefroy that I've had that I could stomach, as far as the nose and the taste was lore. Is that expression of it? The regular Ken is just like
Yeah.
Ben said, band-aids and hate. And
Hmm.
then the Bemore, I like that one, the peaty Scotch. Glengarrick, I've not
Well, so
tried.
crazy, ain't it? Okay, so here's my big announcement. Today I got out of bed and I did not brush my teeth. And then immediately following brushing my teeth, I did not immediately put tobacco in my mouth. I have switched over to these little chiclet gums here, and they're working. They're working.
Hey,
It's not
hey,
as
Ann,
much.
darling.
It's noticeably less nicotine, but
Yeah.
it's enough. And these are 4 milligrams. And then after Thanksgiving, I'm going to drop down to 2 milligram and then space them out, and just quit it all together.
All right, more power to
So,
you.
but I have to spit this one out. That's why I made that big announcement because I can't just throw another snus in my mouth. These are a little more complicated than that. You have to.
Yeah, they got a odd taste. I tried them a little bit for a while. I didn't do a whole lot for me.
Oh, well, because
I
they're
haven't.
really low. But
I sure, Katie, I just picked this one up today. Don't know anything about it. Just saw it. Interesting bottle. It's got this real nice kind of fluted design all the way around it, and it's kind of an oblong,
mm,
but interesting bottle and
is that
fairly
a
cheap.
concave bottom? Like you can feel it
Uh,
up in there? Oh, it's flat.
just
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's fairly flat, but it's kind of an oval shape, but it's got all these little ridges all the way around the thing. It's
All right, little J.
interesting, the little bottle. Have not tried it yet. I just picked it up today, actually.
Yeah. So what I was going to say. Oh, shoot. Wait. Before I get into that, I got to spin. So let me do that.
All right, now.
Here's the alarm going off right now.
Hey, cool running. Cheers.
All right, let me
And
stop this
Crazy
damn
Ann,
alarm.
sweetie.
Come on, stop. All right, good luck, everybody, on the Tories. I got to get my phone out and plug it in. And we're going to land on. Show me the proof. All right.
All right, now our
All right. I'll write this whole thing down. I want to make sure I get it to the right person. All right. Now then, good congratulations there on the 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. And I'll set up the next one. All right.
reminds me of
What is this doing? Hello? Why won't it let me start collecting comments? Oh, I have to choose. God dang it. I am not with it tonight. A little bit less nicotine. Okay. There we go. It is. Oh, whoops. Speak of the devil. Evan Williams. Now, just because I put a picture of Evan Williams single barrel doesn't mean it's all of that line. So
yeah, that's a good bottle though. An Evan Williams single barrel.
and they
If you can
go
find it
for
now, I think they've moved it to distillery only, but that one.
yeah. Now that is 3.1 million cases, barely any change. It was probably 3.1, like one, and went to 3.16 or something, But
Yeah.
there we go. So yeah, EW's.
Sparkle, sparkle. That's not the right one. That's new.
But
Sparkle. I think the what the autocorrect has got you.
man, I was going to tell y'all if anybody out there wants to do these things, I contact me and let me walk you through it
Sorry,
because
Lord.
you cannot go from cigarettes to these things. You cannot do it. They won't do
No,
anything for you.
it's-
You have to go
no.
on the patch, go all the way down to 7, then go to 4, and then go to 2, and then you can get off.
Yeah.
But I had
Yeah,
already
I've
gotten
tried it.
down to 7. So going to 4, it was a little rough today, but not bad at all. I didn't want to strangle anybody. I just thought I wanted to strangle somebody at one moment. I did. I
Oh yeah.
think today I'm trying to be mindful of it right now because I got on a meeting and it was a work meeting, but I was there with a couple of people that I'm tight with. And I was all
Hmm.
of a sudden I was like, holy crap, I'm dropping some F bombs on it. So I backed off a little.
Yeah.
But they knew what,
Yeah.
what,
So
what I was going through. I got to get something with some flavor in it, man.
it's all you, Lori.
Thursday night's back. Football. Okay. I was going to say Thursday night football is tonight. But you mean the other Thursday. Yeah. The other football, not the NFL's.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, the more I drink on these, you know how like when you first taste of something, and you kind of get used to the flavors of both. I can't tell them
Hmm.
apart now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could at first. I'll tell you that, but they were so close to each other. One was slightly better, but now that I'm just been hammering them back and forth, I can't tell them apart. I mean, I know that this is Basil Hayden's because I put it in the bourbon bounty glass, and this one doesn't have a logo. But
Yeah.
watch this.
You can probably mix them together, and it might actually be slightly better, but I doubt it.
Well, that one had the Jim Beam, and that one, if this one is slightly stronger, then I'm going to use that glass over there to pour my next drink in because it's not going to do anything but water it down with like maybe a drop or two of water.
Yep. Definitely not going to have any overpowering notes in the glass to cover up whatever you pour in it.
Yep. You know how I blend Larceny and Elijah Craig, and it does
Mm-hmm.
something to it, and it opens it up a little and does all this. Yeah, that didn't do shit.
Didn't expect it to.
It just tastes like I poured more Jim Beam in there. Mm.
I
But
never really drank much Beam just because it always came across as too sweet for me.
oh yeah, it is sweet. It's one of the sweeter ones, and that's one thing I like about the McAfee Benchmark. It's not as sweet as Jim Beam, but
Yeah.
it has really good base bourbon notes to it. And when I say really
Yeah.
good, I mean subdued, but really good for the price point and what you get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, if my 5-year-old draws a picture and it kind of looks like a horse, I rave over it like it was the freaking Mona Lisa. Now, when you're 30 and you draw that same horse, yeah, I'm not gonna, you know.
Yeah. There are things called lessons and stuff nowadays,
Be like, oh, so you peaked at 5, okay? Maybe art is not your game.
Hmm. Exactly. Oh, now for something completely different.
Oh, I gotta put this up.
Something a little lighter. Those last two there, a little spicier. Although it didn't really drink that hot.
All right, there we
The
go.
Redwood Empire was the Forester was 105, and then the Redwood Empire was 116.8. So we'll go with thou what shall not be named.
I'm gonna. So, what was your opinion of the Redwood Empire? I mean,
It's pretty
just
good. I
like
mean,
8 out of 10,
out of 10, I'd give it probably a 7.
7. All
It's
right,
pretty
yeah,
good.
it's all
Yeah,
right.
it's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's
So
got an odd, weird kind of chocolatey, weird like what was that stuff they used to come out with a while back? Uh, like carabine.
oh yeah, I know
It's
what you're talking about. It's the dieter's chocolate or something like that.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
got that kind of an odd chocolate note to it. Not like you read up straight up like chocolate nibs or something like that, but kind of
right.
sort of, but just slightly odd.
So yeah, plastic came
And
off of it.
that's the for me it's that kind of a chocolate note, and then of course your normal, you know, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of a cask influence, a barrel influence, I should say.
I'm just gonna
Uh,
put a little in here, and I'm gonna let it open up. Well, I might need to put just a tiny bit more because the inside of that glass was rimmed with Jim Beam.
oh yeah,
There, I'll
yeah,
just put a
definitely
little bit more because I'm about to swirl it, and then I'm gonna let some air get to it. It's not very dark
gonna.
in the glass. I mean, it's darker than
Yeah.
that other stuff. All right,
Oh yeah.
I'll let that open up a little bit before I
Oh,
try it.
I'm onto that nice low proof Irish. Mm, yeah.
All right, where are
Oh,
we
by
at?
the way,
Oh, I just saw it
sugar,
switch.
sugar. Yeah,
Cascade Gravel Empire has a
yeah,
different mash
exactly,
bill.
sugar kitty. But
Okay.
it's a low on the
Yeah.
wheat. What was it? I saw it on here earlier. Ah, yeah, 1.5% wheat. But they get 4.5 malted barley, 20% rye, and 74% corn. So it's sweet, and it
Yeah, and
comes
corn
across as
makes it
sweet.
sweet too. Yeah. All right, let me share
Yeah,
this screen and get this spin
4 years
going here.
old.
Good luck, everybody. Mm. And we are landing on RB, the guy who never
Nice.
won anything before. All right.
Oh,
RB
and
used to come in
oh,
and there
by
would
the
only be
way,
like, wait, hang on. RB used to come in, there would only be like 7 people watching, and he still couldn't win.
by the way, if y'all see this one here, Don't get it. It's horrible. That's why I'm trying to polish this last little bit off because it's just horrible. Y'all don't need to even try this one. It's terrible. Trust me. Sugar Kitty can attest to that one.
Think what were you showing?
Nasty old low proof Irish. Ah.
Oh, he doesn't want you to. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Um, this one, it's Nika, not Nikki. It's black Nika. It's some coffee. It's that
Nika.
coffee. They put the coffee, whatever, all that junk. So
I've seen 2 or 3 different Nika around me nowadays.
yeah, I copied this straight off the, and I told, and I'm getting slammed at work, killed, and I don't have time for this stuff hardly. And I'm trying to hurry, and I'm just copying and pasting, and I don't have time to go back and proof this stuff. And I hate when they do that to me. I copy it off their website, and it's spelled wrong when I get on the show.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Sugar Kitty. The Cast Rank Redwood Empire is different mash bowls, the wheat, and it's their stuff. That's not the like they were sourcing some of their stuff from and probably MGP.
Probably.
Of course, pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Yep, redact. It's horrible.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting that. You know what it reminds me of on the nose? Now, I'm trying to figure out what it would taste like by what it smells like. But what it's reminding me of on the nose, those little waxy ass chocolates that were like a soccer ball, a basketball, a football we used to get a long time ago. And they were had the
like
little
coins.
wrapper. Yeah. And they barely had the chocolate flavor to it, and they were almost all waxy,
Yeah, I see that. That's why I've kind of come up with that kind of the Caribbean, chocolate.
Yeah, right.
It's like I want to say like cocoa nibs, but it's not that chocolatey. It's lighter than that, and an odd kind of sweetness to it.
All right,
I still got an MGP in it. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got to take a sip.
I gotcha. Yeah, if they changed to Ross and Squibb, but it's still MGP. It's got to be that way.
After taking a sip of it, it's like on the nose, I was getting like those little footballs, those little foil wrap little sports balls that barely had any chocolate. They had as much chocolate flavor to them as a chocolate candy as a Yoo-hoo does to a chocolate milk, right? But this tastes like, I mean, honestly, let me do that again.
Yeah, it's a chocolate flavoring, but not like straight up good chocolate.
You know how you get Swiss Miss in the packet, and you're supposed to put milk in it, or you can put cream and heat the cream. This is like somebody put water in it, but then put too much water.
Yeah, I got you. Same, yeah, I get it.
And you can still get that Swiss Miss flavor in there, that the milk chocolatey flavor, but it's kind of water. I mean, it's kind of subdued. I'm not saying this is watery because it's cast strength, but that particular note is kind of subdued.
That's going to be horrible. Why would anybody buy that stuff? I would never purchase at least 2 or 3 bottles of that myself because it's got to be just terrible.
Oh, coffee is
power stuff. I'm still looking for the rye version. They have a rye out now. I have not seen that here in the U.S. anywhere so far. I'm sure it's probably around. Hey, cheers, Mark. Northwest Bourbon. If y'all ain't sub to him, you should.
Northwest.
Fellow vet.
I recognize now because we go through all these entries and everything. We get everybody to put in and all that stuff, and then I tag people. I try to if I can, but like Alex Briere, Moose.
Yep. Moose.
I try to tag him. You know how many Alex Brieres there are out there? I don't know which one's him, so I just don't @sign him.
Yeah, yeah.
and just you know. But I try to. But I see. I recognize Northwest Bourbon's little circle down there. You get good at that stuff after a little bit.
Yep.
And Tater Dom with that.
You know,
That's that mullet.
that fro
Yeah,
with that hairdo going on.
they got the party in the back.
Yeah. Mine's finally starting to come back out now.
Yeah.
This is a little over a year now. So, because I've been just buzzing it for oh, like 6 years. I cut it off. Yeah. Before I cut it, I had hair to my waist, but I had that for over 20 years.
Hmm.
So that's what's comfortable to me. So I figured, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it all off and keep it short for a while. Didn't win Guani yet, but you might.
Have you put the hashtags in, Guani?
I know he's just slacking and whining. But I figured, a little over, or probably close to a year and a half ago, I said, yeah, I'm done with this short hair stuff. I'm going to grow it back out. Tired of getting haircuts or all cuts because I went to Walmart, bought myself a set of nice clippers, and I just started cutting it myself. Cheaper,
Hmm.
easy, you know, because with the haircuts, I had to wind up putting in, gel and all this other kind of chunk, and I ain't got no time for that.
Yeah, I don't do a lot. I mean, mine though, I've got that fine as frog hair, and if
Oh
I don't
yeah,
put product in there, it just goes poof, and flies away.
yeah. This is
Yeah,
yeah. It's just real fine. Back when I was a kid, they used to have to wet my hair down to cut it because when they put it in the scissors, it would just go, whoop, and it
yeah,
would
it
just
slide
push the
out.
hair
Yep.
out of the scissors, unless it was really sharp. And of course, a lot of the old barbers back in the day, they didn't have the greatest scissors in the world. Nobody sharpened them for them on a weekly
Yeah.
basis or
Well,
nothing.
what that
So
it was you had these two big giant blades coming toward it, and the hair is so fine that it's causing a wind tunnel and pushing the hair out before the scissors can come in.
exactly, yeah. There's something like man, they had to
Oh,
wind up
pirate
wetting it
bourbon, how's
down.
it going? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna save a little bit of that redwood
Yeah,
there. I kind of like that redwood, but I'm with you on the.
yeah,
I might give it a 7.5. Yeah.
yeah. It's not a bad whiskey. It really isn't. A little high for, I mean, a little kind of slightly disappointing for the price point, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not
I'll
bad.
give you that, and I do ding them for price, but I'm getting away from that now, and I
Yeah,
just rank it
yeah,
on the merit of the juice.
yeah. Well, I'm not the biggest guy for notes and all that stuff. Notes and palette and whatnot. I just
But
do I like it, and would I spend whatever I paid for that bottle to buy a second one back up?
with that,
Kind of how I look at
and
whiskey.
I get that price does have something to do with it, but price is very geographically. I mean, look, Sugar Kitty was like, "Hey, I can get that for $35."
Oh yeah,
Right? I don't think
yeah,
it's worth
exactly.
$35, but you know, it's more worth $35.50. But I mean, and I'm not going to go stupid and buy something really ridiculous on the aftermarket. It would have to be
No,
something just, I would probably have to already be drunk, have a pocket full of freaking money, and then somebody offers me 4,500 for a bottle of Pappy. And I just saw the other day I could get it for 50 something hundred online if they
yeah,
would mail here. They won't. So I know
yeah.
where I can
Here
get a
either.
bottle of Pappy Van Winkle for 50 something $100 right now. There's
Yeah,
no way I'm going to do it. But
yeah,
now picture this: I'm at a festival or an event. I've got all this money. I know I have it in my bank account, and I'm like, man, I could buy. And then they come up, hey man, you want to buy this bottle of Pappy for $6,000? Oh no, I can get it online for 50 something hundred. All right, how about we sell it to
yeah.
you for 48? Okay, sold. And
Yeah.
then I wake up the next morning and go, why did I spend over half my money on
Yep.
That's how that would go.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Oh, be
now
right back.
I've got to spin this thing. All right, so here we go. This was the Nika. Good luck, everybody. We're gonna land on Tater. Oh, speak of the devil. I used him as an example a few minutes ago. And stop sharing. Here we go. Congratulations, Tater Don. And this is the point in the show I'll say, wow, it's weird. Nobody's won twice yet. And then it'll jinx it. And then everybody will start winning more entries. All right, here we go. It's hard when your co host walks away and you're having to do all this stuff. This is Suntory, and this is again what I was talking about earlier. Like Beam Suntory is a different category than like this one and all of that. So this is I'm sure fine quality whiskey. But anyway, that there it is. And look at that change though. They went from in 2021 sold 5.2 million cases of whiskey to in 2022 6.1 million. That's a 16.6% increase in sales in 1 year. I would love to have been the CEO when that happened. Good
Mm-hmm.
Lord. That makes your bonus
Yep.
kind of large.
Believe I'd been asking for a raise. So I was head of
Oh,
marketing for
they
this time.
shit. They already make millions. The CEOs make millions a year.
Oh
And
yeah.
then they get their bonuses at least X, but can be more based on the earnings. And when it goes up that much, they get. I mean, I could work 1 year as a CEO for some of these bigger companies. Even if I
Mm.
ran it into the ground, I could retire after that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, your
Oh,
name is
give
going to
me
be
a
Mud
shot.
forever. Hey, guess what? My name's
Yeah.
Mud forever. It was nothing before. You
Yeah.
didn't even know what it was. So I
There
don't
you go.
care. I'm not going to go
You
buy
still probably
like
can't pronounce it.
I'm not going to go buy 7 Ferraris and blow all the money. I'm going to glide on, you know.
You're kidding. Uh,
Uh,
mm.
oh yeah. Yeah, my bonus now. I think it's okay, but to me, it's all in what you get used to, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all in convincing yourself you're happy where you are in life.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You
I
know.
mean, I'm always the guy that kind of looks on the slightly brighter side of things,
Yeah.
when and I'm like, well, at least it didn't get on me, but it hit the fan. But
Yeah.
there's always a slightly better way of looking at things,
Well, and I think a
and
lot of us
I'm the
that
guy that does
came,
that.
like I came from humble beginnings here. Now what I learned from my
Ahoy,
parents,
groovy.
ahoy, ahoy, was how to take care of what you have. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I
Oh
learned
yeah.
from them. And people would be like, "Oh, well, your parents have money. What the hell are you talking about? Well, y'all always have a newer car. Your house is a brick house. It's all that, and you always dressed okay.
Mm.
Half of my clothes was stuff I got from hand-me-downs.
Oh yeah.
From people at church and stuff. And I mean, it was we hunted and fished not because we it was fun, because we wanted meat.
Yeah. Exactly. You got to eat. If
and
if we ain't got the cash to go get it, you go out in the woods and you get it. We.
what's up, Jerry
I'm fixing
J?
to go hunting next week here. I need some
Yeah,
axes. Go to
and
the
I think
grocery
a lot.
store and buy you some axes meat.
Yeah, I think a lot of us that grew up that way, we appreciate like a little bit more is nice, and so we, you
Yeah.
know, and all of a sudden
But
it's like things get a little crazy in life because you're really applying yourself, and they're throwing money at you to stay because they don't want to lose you, And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to turn the money down, you know. So
Yeah. But then again, on the same kind of plane, I'm not a materialistic type person, so it doesn't take me a lot of money to be happy. If I
mhm,
had multi millions, okay, well that's fine. But I don't need multi millions.
yeah,
Most people do. I mean, you look at a lot of these millionaires that wind up, shooting themselves in the head or something like that because they have the same damn problems as you and I do.
yep. They just have more money to have to wipe their tears
They just
with.
got more money and they have a nicer pistol to shoot themselves,
Yeah.
but hey,
Wow, he shot himself with a
but
chrome plated, yeah,
yeah,
nickel plated, yeah,
exactly. It's the same old kind of thing. But it's all in, it's how you look at a lot of stuff, really. Granted, some people have said hard sometimes, and I do too, and everybody else does. It's like my daddy said, you're special just like everybody else.
yeah. You know what? The more I drink on that Redwood Empire,
Hmm.
um, well, one, the hotter it gets on my tongue. That's one.
Really?
Well, here's the deal. I'm still going back and forth and cleansing my palate.
Oh, you're going back to the 80s. Yeah. Well,
I can't taste this shit at
it
all
would be
anymore.
to go from the redwoods back to the beam. No, shoot, that tastes like water. Like
I don't get
slightly bourbon
anything
flavored
out of that
water.
anymore. Yeah, I don't even get slightly nothing. Not after that. But what I was saying, I'm
Yeah.
joking. But what I was thinking, but I don't get anything. I can tell it's not water. Put it that way.
Mm,
I can tell it's not water because it has that
yeah.
viscosity, that oily viscosity to it on the tongue.
Yep.
So, but that's the only way I can tell it's not water. I'm getting zero flavor, especially after this. Kathy Bates, what's going on?
Yep.
And
Hey there, Miss Sexy Voice.
but I need to pour some smoke wagon now because this being partially Beam and or not Beam, partially Indiana.
MGP.
Yeah,
Yep.
and smoke wagon's my favorite one I've had. That uncut, unfiltered,
Yep.
and this is kind of
Yeah, I like that
reminding
one.
me a little bit.
I actually like some of the newer batches, or actually the older batches, better than some of the newer wagon. I've gotten, I think the last batch I got was like 117, 119 ish, somewhere in that range. And
Mhm.
the younger ones, in the 80s and stuff like that were better to me. Maybe he's just kind of not blending as well, or it's
What
not
are you
getting
talking about?
aged as
Which
much,
one?
or
You talking about smoke wagon out in Vegas?
smoke wagon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Well, and
because
I
he just
haven't
sources
opened the newer one.
MGP.
I haven't opened the newest one. The one I got was back when all the craze was going,
Hmm.
and it's the dark bottle. And I
Yeah,
was
oh
like,
yeah, I got
"What?"
that one.
Yeah. So let me check
Well,
it.
that's what this ashtray's made
The
out of
problem
is
is
an
it's
old
hard
smoke
to
wagon bottle.
see. You can't see, but it's up to here. If I lean the
Hmm.
bottle, that's how much is in
Yeah,
there. I can
yeah.
barely
So you
see
got
through there.
not
So
even
it's
half a bottle.
about here, just below that range. It's about right there.
Oh
So I
yeah,
went on
got
ahead and
time to
bought
polish
another
that
one.
one.
I will, but when I was traveling, I bought this one because that's the clear bottle because they ran out of the dark bottle. It's still uncut,
Oh,
unfiltered.
okay, yeah, yeah,
It's supposed to be the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
So I hope that it's not different.
yeah.
I
That's like
don't
glass
care
shortage.
for I don't care for any other one that they offer. That's my go-to right there. I either get that or I don't buy smoke wagon
Yep,
because I've had
I can
the
agree with that.
other. I mean, I still have it up there. The gold,
Younger,
the uncut unfiltered has the black wax, and I have the gold
yep.
wax. I didn't buy the cheapy bottle because after trying that one, I was like, I tried it and I was like, it's okay. And then I tried the uncut unfiltered and I was like, okay, whoa, here it is right here. And
Exactly.
that was the one I wanted.
Yep. Proof.
And
That's the good
that's my
stuff.
cigar bourbon. But this is
Most
kind of
most bourbons or whiskeys are my cigar bourbon.
Yeah, I like something bold and stand up to it. I want to try a cigar with a Rebecca Creek, actually. All right,
Mm.
we
Yeah, would
are
be good.
we are there. I have to share this screen. All right,
Exactly. Share,
good
share.
luck, everybody. Here we go. That was 20 entries on that wheel right there. And we are going to land on me. That is Lori
Lori.
plus 10. This is the last one for 10, but I'm going to draw again. And if y'all are new, Lori is visually impaired. If it lands on me, at least one of my Kathy Bates. Here we go.
Nice.
Now,
Yeah,
with the
that's
more
sexy
people
voice. What?
joining the wheel on the spins, it's less and less likely people are going to hit multis. But oh, whoops, I jumped over here and I got to set the next one up.
Oh, this bro's been talking to Big Vic too much.
Rigged.
Rigged.
Guani done got to him. Don't let Guani be a bad influence on you. All right, here we go. Now, what
Oh,
is this
there
one?
we go.
It's Canadian Club. Yep,
Oh, good old CC.
yep, good old CC. Here we go.
It, it was okay
Okay,
back
okay.
in the
So
day,
was so was Seagram 7.
Yeah, yeah.
Way
Well,
back in the
me and
day
my
when I
buddy back in high school, we used to drink Seagram 7. Just we pop it. Oddly enough, our drink of choice with Seagram 7 was we would get a knee-high grape. Remember those?
yeah, let me
The
show you
soda.
something.
Go ahead.
Look, what's that word? What's that word you see right under Canadian Club?
I can't see here. Premium?
Yes, anytime you see that, it is not. I
No.
paid $4 for this 750 milliliter Bowman's Premium. If you have to put premium on there as a word, it's not premium.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
If it is premium,
Never.
you don't have to put the word on there.
Yeah. Hey, get over
Oh
here,
my
Pat.
gosh. Mm,
Oh,
yuck.
7 to 7 on the rocks. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, what we used to drink was we would have the knee-high grape, and we would take just a little sip of knee-high grape, and then turn the bottle up of Seagram 7, take a couple of bubbles, and then chase it with just a little knee-high grape. That's the
Mm,
way we drank it. Well, of course, late high school-ish.
mhm.
So, but and then
Yeah, we we
once I got
we
back out of the Air Force, I tried some Canadian Club, and it's it wasn't impressive as far as a good sipping whiskey, but it'll
no.
do the job.
You're right. Now, what we used to do is, and I never drank Jim Beam straight back then, but somebody would get a couple of three, uh, you know, the half the 750s, the
Yeah,
uh, bottles, and like
get the big
these right here. Get a couple of
get the
these,
big
and we would go
pint.
by Sonic, and we would drive into Sonic, and we would order a Coke or whatever, or Sprite or whatever you wanted. They would bring it, and then we would drive around a little bit, sipping on that stuff. And then finally,
Hmm.
somebody would be like, anyone ready? Oh, hell yeah, man. You lift the lid up and they spike you and put it back and shake it
Yeah,
around and drink that. And after a while, you're just pretty much drinking whiskey from a styrofoam cup. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
Very very possible. MD or RD RB. Phew. Didn't drink or did hardly ever drinking much of the MD 2020. Boone's Farm occasionally, once
we
in a
have
while, but not
someone
very often. That stuff, oof, vapor trails, and
piping
rough the
in
next.
from Facebook. Welcome, welcome. I don't know what it is you're asking for, but if you put the hashtag in, you can have some entries.
7 Up with Old Crow. Get that
Mm,
old crow buzzing around your head.
yeah, at least, and yeah, we'd pull
Peppermint
our money together
schnapps.
and get. I always hated it back then because I wanted. I'd never. Okay, I used to, at one point in time I liked Budweiser, like red and white label,
Yeah, yeah, Bud
until
Heavy.
the day I did not. And the day I did not was the night that I. Okay, there was a quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said the most dangerous thing in the world is someone who has just enough knowledge to think that they're right, but not enough
Mm.
to know that they're wrong. Okay. That's a great quote, by the way. That's a great quote. And I had just enough knowledge to convince myself that I could drink anyone else under the table, but not enough knowledge to know there was no freaking way I was going to win that night. Right. And
Yeah.
we were dropping Boilermakers,
Oof.
moonshine into regular Budweiser. And to this day, I cannot stand regular red, the red printing on the white can Budweiser. I can't stand it.
Yeah. I can't drink like a Bud Light. If I drink a Bud Light, it gives me almost an immediate headache. I just
And I don't
can't drink
like,
them.
I don't like it. It's too sweet. It's got this sickening little sweetness to it now. And then the other one I don't like is Michelob
Mm.
Ultra. I
Yeah,
don't like it
yeah,
either.
it's just like water. I mean, it's like I don't like Coors Light or Miller Light or any of those.
It's
It's like
that
watered
rice
down
in it. I
beer.
don't like my beer made
Yeah,
with rice. It gives me a headache, and my body doesn't react well to it. Put it that way.
yeah,
So anyway, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot.
yep. One of the best schnapps I had was
Oh
Dr.
yeah.
McGillicuddy's menthol mint schnapps, which makes a
Oh yeah.
really good just a little shot in the wintertime when it's cold.
Hmm.
That one's really good. Or if you're skiing or something, that's a really good little nip.
I like that Bailey's though. Like Bailey's the Irish cream,
Oh yeah, that's good in all
and
kinds of stuff.
oh my god, the hot chocolate or not warm chocolate. Don't get it too hot. You want to keep the alcohol in it. So
Yeah,
spike that up a little bit. That stuff good.
yeah. I
Er.
like Bailey's in coffee too.
Oh yeah.
When you're out
Oh,
deer
that's
hunting, a
that's
little
great.
Bailey's in
Yeah.
your coffee in the morning, or a little
Now I
in
don't.
your coffee.
I mean, I like coffee. Here's my thing. People say, I say, oh, I don't drink coffee. Oh, you don't like coffee? No, it's not that I don't like it. I really love the flavor of coffee, but I don't think about it. What's up, Jimmy? I don't think
Hey,
about it
Jimmy.
because my body doesn't need it. I just
Yeah.
never have gotten addicted to drinking coffee. Like I don't. I can wake up, do a crossword puzzle, and I'm wide ass awake for the rest of the day.
Mm.
And people say, "Oh, I can't do shit without my first cup of coffee." Well, I can't do anything without my first crossword puzzle. Yeah.
That's too much thinking. I need a cup of coffee before I start thinking.
Well, now, I caveat when I'm being a director over a freaking huge department, I need my brain to wake up. Put it that way,
Yeah, I
and
got you.
that's what I do.
Yep. Luckily,
I'm
it's
still getting
me.
rid of that water. I'm thinking about after I'm saving a sip here of the that's a Redwood Empire. I'm
Okay.
gonna drink it, and then I'm gonna pour some Rebecca's Creek in there and see which one of them I
On
like
top
better.
of that, oh,
Well, not on top
for a
of it.
side
I'm
by
gonna
side.
pour it in this other glass. Well, I already know
Okay.
I like Rebecca's Creek better. So
Yep. It definitely changed a little bit in the bottle. Once it got down like about half a bottle, it it changed a little bit.
on the Rebecca's Creek,
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
molasses or
It was
sorghum or
good.
whatever you want to call it, that flavor in there. I like that.
Yep. Yeah. That was a real good bottle. I have honestly not tried any of their regular bourbon or their
Oh,
rye.
I
Um.
got to spin.
Okay. I did recently pick up the Oh, what was that squatty
Good luck,
bottle?
everybody. Here we go. This is for 15, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Oh, there's the
13th
alarm.
colony.
Oh, Lori again, plus 15. Look at there. We had our first double winner of the night. Now we're gonna draw again. Now are we
It
gonna
was
walk
okay. The
back
13th
through?
colony's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Chris Jenkins. Now let me look. No, he hasn't won yet. All right.
No, I think that's his first win tonight.
Yes. Well, I do that sometimes, and I mark down, and I have to scratch it out, and then it's a pain in the butt when I have to come up here on like Sunday evening and try to figure out all my chicken scratch. All right, here we go. But I honestly feel if I have missed anything, it's been very, very little. I record what happens on these shows. I have my system. I have my system I use. But here we go. Go to the next one. Oh, looky there
Oh
at the
no.
used to be that's no more. They are
Oh,
down
good old.
another. Oh, and what you don't see on here is they have been steadily dropping year over year over year.
Hmm. Good old Crown Roll. I
They
used to
ran out of the Pappy
like
Van
that.
Winkle.
I
You
used
know
to
the
like
story
them. I
behind
mean,
that?
one of my drinks was Crown and Coke, and
Yeah, but do
nowadays
you
I
know
don't like Coke and I don't like Crown.
the story behind Crown Royal? So Crown Royal,
No.
so in the 50s to the 60s, people stopped drinking whiskey and they started drinking neutral spirits. So the vodka, the gin,
Yeah.
that was gin and tonic, and oh my God, and I have to swirl my martini with my olive in it
Oh
and all
yeah.
that bullshit, right? And everybody wanted to do
Yeah.
that. And then you had disco, and then you had all these people out there wanting just fruity drinks, and vodka doesn't take away from the flavor. And there you go, right?
Yeah.
So there
Oak
was
drinks.
there was a company that couldn't get rid of their barrels. I mean, their barrels went from pretty good worth to freaking zero, almost zero. They couldn't really give them away overnight. And then this Canadian company comes up and takes advantage of them. And that company they took advantage of, well, they caught them at the right place at the right time, was Stitzel Weller.
Yeah.
And the barrels they bought were Pappy Van Winkle barrels, like the 23, 18 and 20 to 23-year-olds, and
Oh
just
wow.
took them for dimes on the dollar. And so for years and years and years, Crown Royal was heavy in the Pappy.
Oh, okay.
Fast forward until later, Stitzel Weller sells to Buffalo Trace. Da 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 da. We got the Pappy line. They have a big fire. People realize how freaking good it is. Um, and all the meanwhile, Crown Royal's running out of their reserves, and now they don't have
Hmm.
any of that left. So now that's why Crown Royal, when they went to Crown Royal Reserve, but they started putting less and less and less and less, and then they would just put like a couple of drops of Pappy in there and call it the
Yeah.
Reserve, and that's why the Reserve was the old regular Crown, and then started losing, and that's why they came out with Crown Apple, Crown, all these different flavors. See, you never had any of
Yeah.
that before. They're reaching
Yeah. To
for
cover it
straws,
up.
trying to stay relevant. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
they're trying
gosh,
to
I
cover
want
it
you to
up just like you do with a vodka.
look at the difference in color on these.
I can't see. You got this big thing of Crown Royal.
Oh, yeah, I got to take that down. Hang on. Bam, there it is. Look at there.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of a difference.
That's between the Redwood Empire and Rebecca Creek.
Yeah. Yeah. The double oaked and the Spanish oak on the second one. Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Woo!
Definitely
Yeah.
does.
Wow.
Yep. That was one that was surprising to me, though, being in a different barrel of Spanish oak, which I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
I know most of the oak species in Kentucky and stuff like that, and we ain't got no Spanish oak. So,
Gosh,
but
I don't know,
apparently it
man.
does a pretty dang good job because it's got that one. That Rebecca Creek surprised me for sure. Oh, there's the
Yeah,
moose.
You said it loses as it go. I don't know, man. It's not losing it yet.
No, no, no. I mean, it opens up once you get past the shoulder a little bit, and
All
then
right.
once you get past the middle, to me, it started. Some of that started going away a little bit. It was starting to
Oh,
get a
okay.
little
Well,
too
I'm
oxidized.
still I still have a halter top over here. I mean,
Ah, okay,
it's
you're
off the
getting there.
shoulders, but it's getting down close to the nips.
All right, we're gonna give this new one here a try and see what it's like. Because I
What
have
you got?
not. This one, this one isn't interesting. It's got one of those on the tip here.
Yeah.
Got the cork, but
What
then
is it?
again, and then give it a half twist and it locks on.
Oh,
This is
really? Oh, the Glasgow.
Glasgow
Yeah.
1770 peated. It's a
Mm.
single malt Scotch. I've never seen it before, and I figured I'd give it a shot. We'll let that get a little. Yeah, it's got some peat in it, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, they warned me about this gum that if I were drinking anything, it would knock the nicotine out of this gum.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had this in for an hour, and I'm
Yep.
trying to space during normal time. I'm trying to go 2 hours between the chiclets here,
Nah,
the
you
little
can't do
gum.
it.
I can. I did it all day long, but not
Yeah.
now. Not with pouring whiskey across it. No,
Nah.
but I did it all day long. I started work at 6. I put one in at 6, one in at 8, one in at 10, one in at noon. Yeah, I did 2 hours all day long.
Yep.
But I have
Yep.
to get another one now.
Little
See,
trick is
this
to
is
kind
my
of
new can.
give it a little chew and then stick it on the other side of your mouth, and then give it a little chew and put it on the other side of your
No,
mouth.
I just put it in the same spot. It
Uh,
doesn't matter. But I've chewed on that one a couple of times. Yeah, you only chew it a few times and then you stick it in there like a dip.
exactly. Yep. For me, it never was enough.
There.
You know, I
Well,
I
sometimes you got to step down to it.
yeah, not much on stepping down.
Yeah. Well, you got to
You
want to
know,
quit. You got to want to quit. I mean, that's
I
the
know.
thing.
Yeah, it's true that. I mean, I did
And
vaping for a while too. You know, like
yeah.
Trav, uh, Groovy and a few other folks. You know,
Oh, yeah. The
I
clouds
did
and
vape for
style.
a while, and yeah, and it was okay. It's accomplishment, but way too many years of smoking
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Yeah, I did
Heck,
the
I was
patch.
still in my dad's non-filtered Pall Mall in the second grade and smoking them. So
Well, and I
it's been
found
quite
out
a few
too,
years.
like the Pall Mall, Merit, Camel, unfiltered.
Yep,
Those
came
that
on.
you're getting
Yeah.
30, you're getting 30 something milligrams of nicotine. You know,
Oh yeah.
per whatever volume you smoke, and then it
Yeah.
can build up in your system. The I started to say Michelob Ultra, the Marlboro Lights, things like that. They're
Yeah.
down in the 20s, so you're getting
Oh,
about maybe 24 to 26 milligrams if you smoke the same as you did with those, right?
gotcha. Okay.
And then the patch starts at 21 milligrams, right?
Yeah.
And so what I did was I started smoking fewer cigarettes. I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to quit. I'm getting away from these things. I'm going to force myself to not go outside as often. I'm not going to smoke as many
Mm,
during the day. So I did that. And then I got the patch on 21
yeah.
milligrams. Let that soak in. And it just delivers that 21 milligrams over the whole, constant. It's a trickle. So you don't get up and like here's what you'll miss at first is you get up in the morning, put the patch on. Well,
Hmm.
if you light a cigarette, you get an immediate bam punch in the face hit of nicotine. You don't get that with the
Yeah.
patch. You
Yeah.
put it on, you start rubbing it, warming it up, and then eventually over 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you'll get up to that point that you need to be.
Mm.
All right. Well, we here it is. I got to
Yeah.
spin this, and then we got to do the other thing. All right. Here we go.
Never
Share
worked much for
screen.
me.
Well, I was trying to explain though. You got to make it. You have to make it work, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
And but I'm glad I got off that stuff. But RB, that's number two plus
There you go, Big
15.
Daddy.
All right, we got a plus 15 on the
That's
board.
second winner for RB, isn't
Yep,
it?
that is number two. His name's so little. I hope I catch it next time. Oh, that's Lori.
Lori again.
All right, she only gets one of my entries, and then draw again because it's removing people as they win.
Still ain't won. I haven't won one yet. Oh no,
Jimmy's random. Jimmy hadn't won one yet.
Jimmy.
Here it is.
No, there we go. Well, that's pretty. A little scotch is not bad.
Jimmy's R. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to set this up, but I am not going to spin it yet. But I am going to get it ready. Pick the show, put the thing. Oops. All right. Copy that, start collecting, but it's not going to start
No,
collecting because you don't know what the hell it is. Because now
it's gotta
it's
be.
time for
Put me in, coach.
bang, start, put me in. Let's go. Start. I'm going to write all these names down.
Well, I asked Big. He's drinking, but I know what he's drinking.
Oh,
Miller
Big
Lite.
Daddy Ace.
Yeah,
He drinking Miller Lite.
of course he is. Jerry J. There's no telling though, and Chris Jenkins and William Hall. Nah, I don't know what they're drinking. They jump around quite a bit, about like I do. Not well, maybe not quite as much. Maybe
Let's see
between
here.
Scotch and an
All this.
Irish and uh, maybe a Japanese and then a bourbon, and there's no telling.
Man, these are coming in quick.
I'm all over the place nowadays, and I like it. It's nice to be able to jump around and try different things. Oh, Chris is drinking a Yeeling. Those are good. We finally got them down here in Texas. I think last year or year before, they finally started distributing, this far to the west. About
Yeah,
damn
we had
time. I
them
mean,
here.
it
That
only
was
took
one
them
thing.
50 years.
I moved out here and we had them. I was loving that. I just like
Yeah,
them every
it's
once in a while.
yeah. I usually keep a few in the fridge, along with a Guinness and a few other odds and ends. And then since Jimmy's random content turned me on to those Matter Familia, I've been looking for those everywhere. I mean, some of those because those are, my God, fantastic. That is a phenomenal beer.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. Love it.
I'm putting everybody down
Holy
that
crap.
types put me in, but this is a short list now. Come on. If you don't know the rules,
Yep.
and just type put me in the chat and you get 10 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Big Daddy.
For damn free guarantee.
Oh,
There's
Kentucky
Kathy
Hug.
B.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Congratulations. Good to see you in here.
All right, I got
Oh,
Kentucky Hug.
Jimmy, holler at me. We'll make a trade or something. I'll hook you up. You hook me up with a 6 pack of those. Although I
Alex.
did stumble down here, they have this one. It's not a seltzer. It's a it's a tonic water, basically, and it's called Tejas Tonic. It's made with a local grown hemp, so it's got CBD and THC in it.
I got you,
And
Gawani. I'm gonna read them off here in a minute anyway.
it I happen to know the guy that grew all the hemp for that, and
Oh,
they're really
Lori. I
tasty.
already got Lori.
I
Oh,
have
sorry.
it from me. It's out of Springfield, Missouri. Oh, it only comes out in the springtime. Well, dang. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'll send Jimmy some cash flow. So when it does come out, he can get me a case of that stuff. Because my God, that stuff is awesome. I love it. That's the best, one of the best stouts that I've ever tried. Tomorrow, Whiskey Wars is having he's gonna be drinking some BC Bourbon County stouts,
Mm,
and I can get on with him and have a few stout beers. I'm drinking, I'm gonna drink a Guinness. I'm gonna drink one of those Matter Familia, the only one I got left. And then I've got a couple of Bourbon County stouts from last year. I'm gonna probably pop one of those too,
all right.
just because
So
they're good.
let me read this off. I can't promise. If I missed you, just type it in
Barbados.
again. I tried. But if I do
Oh,
not
okay.
call your name, I do not have you down. I have on the put me in for 10 entries. I have Mr. Great Shot, Lori, Jimmy's Random Content, Big Daddy H, Gawadi Ostinaco, RB, Jerry J, Chris Jenkins, William Hall, Art by Sparkle, You Knows Bro, Tater Dom, Major Zero, Kathy Bates, Kentucky Hug, and Alex Briere. If I did not call your name, I did not get you down for that. Put me in. So just type it in there. Now, the put me in goes until the end of the show tonight, but I'm about to do the next spin, and you need to get
All
my
right.
attention called to it if you put me in between now and the end of the half
Oh
hour.
no, Jerry J. Hemp is different than
Oh
weed.
no, I think
Isn't
I got
different.
Hanukkah. Did I not? No, I did not. Hanukkah. Here we go.
It's slightly different. You know,
All right,
there
got
is
you.
in hemp there is a slight THC, but not like your normal weed. That everybody smokes, Dorado and whatnot, because it's illegal here in Texas. You can't smoke no weed down here. But that's got a lot more THC in it than hemp. Hemp has very little to almost none as far as THC in it.
All right,
And
there's the next
the
hashtag.
oh, Jameson, that's a
Yeah,
good
and I
one.
just put hashtag jam in there. Capitalization doesn't matter. I just decided to capitalize it. But just because I put me in doesn't mean put me in has stopped. You can still type put me in to the end of the show. Just in between those are the guaranteed put me ins. I have to recognize it. So I may or may not see it, depending on what kind of
Gotcha.
chatter is going on. But
Oh,
Jameson.
I gotta
So
go
let
talk to this man over here about a horse real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I'll talk about Jameson. Jameson went from 9.6 million cases to in 2021 to 11.1 million cases in 2022. That's a change of 15.1%. Again, would love to have been the CEO when that happened, but a lot of that is coming from all of their different variations they're starting to come out with now, and people are and the commercial. So that's Jameson. Anyway, while he's talking to a guy about a horse, I'm going to take another sip. And gosh, I'm getting cocoa on one, but light cocoa, and sorghum on the other, or molasses flavor on the other. And I picked this one up, and I thought I was picking that one up, and I wasn't paying attention. And I was like, whoa, that one tastes like molasses. And I looked down, and I was like, oh, that was the wrong glass. So it does. It comes through very prominent on there. Hmm. And if you get your hands on a bottle of Rebecca Creek, I suggest going to the store and getting a jar of sorghum and taste it, smell it, taste it with your pinky or whatever, and then try that after. You cleanse your palate, because if you're not familiar with what that tastes like, that is exactly what that tastes like. And it's more than
But
just a hint of a note.
to clarify, though, that's only the the double oaked one.
The
You know,
double
they're
oak,
the
double oak, yes.
regular, yeah. The regulars is different. It doesn't taste anything close to that one right now.
Mm,
It's good, but it's not the same as that one there. That's been in the Spanish Oak and stuff like that. It's got that kind of influence to it.
right.
Really good though. That was apparently it was a limited release. I think they're probably going to do the same thing again
Oh yeah.
next year, but it's going to still be the same sort of thing. I've picked up a few bottles of that. I've got one as a backup. My original bottle has got about that much left in it. It's
Hmm.
it's almost raining men with that one. So yeah, Alex got a bottle of that. It's good. I mean, it's not one of your everyday pours. You're going to pour and you're going to sip on it a little bit and then, wait 15, 20 minutes and then you go back to it and you go, oh, I didn't catch this note or I didn't catch
Hmm.
this taste on it, because it develops in the glass a little bit when you're sipping on it. It's one of those kind of I call it kind of a exploratory whiskeys, to where it's not just your same old like it tastes like barrel, it tastes like vanilla, no, it's
Urban
that
Syndicate,
plus it's
what's
got
going on?
this, it's got that in it, and it keeps kind of
Welcome,
creeping
welcome.
along. Hey there, Bourbon Syndicate.
All right. Well, we are going to spin
It's a
this in
really
another
good one.
minute here because I got to get two more in after this one, and I don't want to rush them. So,
Oh, y'all don't forget to hydrate and hit that thumbs up for us.
man,
Appreciate
and
it.
I thought I was hydrating. I thought I still had some Jim Beam in that glass, I forgot I poured the Redwood Empire cask, and I was like,
Where's your
"Whoa,
water
that
at?
palate cleanser's got a lot more flavor than it did." Yeah, but oh
Oh
man.
yeah, there you go, Moose. Yeah, that's a good one to sit there on the tub right there by
Oh,
you.
Bourbon Syndicate. All you have to do is type hashtag JAM for this one, and you are. Oh, and since you're here now, and just type "put me in," and I'll put you down for 10. But if you want to get in on the chance to win 15, also put hashtag JAM for Jameson's tonight's top 10 list. Is top 10 whiskeys, caveat no scotch, by a million cases sold. So that's where we are on the hashtag. Tonight's Jameson's, but hashtag JAM. And
There we
that
go.
the JAMs for a chance at entries. The put me in is guaranteed 100% you get entries.
There we go. Make
But
Moose
we
feel a
are
little bit
about
more
to
comfortable.
we're about to spin this thing. So if you don't get in for this one, oh, you did. Okay, let me write Bourbon
He's in there.
Syndicate down here. He did a two for two things at once. That's that commercial that's out now. Haven't had. I got to make sure I get the
I'll be
in front of this. Hang
back
on,
in.
the Bourbon
Let's do
Syndicate. I'm
that.
trying to get this right. Okay, so we are going to share screen. We are going to spin this thing. Here we go. Good luck, everybody, on the Jamesons, the Jam hashtag for 15 entries to the quarterly drawing. You knows, bro. That is number one. You know why I thought you knows, bro, had already won? Because it showed me the proof one. And they're all, the you knows is kind of mashed together. All right. You knows, bro. There we go. Stop sharing. We have two more to go. This next one's worth 15, and the number one entry of the night is worth 20 entries to the quarterly drawing. Hashtag. All right. Here we go. And
Uh,
I'm going to put this in the chat, and y'all guess which one this is. This is between US, Canada, Ireland, and Japan. This is one of the this is the top selling or one with the second top selling whiskey. And we call it this all the time. Everybody knows what this is.
oopsie.
It's Jack Daniels.
Oh, good old Jack.
13.5 million cases sold in 2021. They were up 7.9% into going into 2020 or after 2022 at 14.6 million cases sold. And there you have it. Jack Daniels, number 2 on the list. So one of the Titans. Yeah, Jimmy
Yeah.
D. But hey, they could
All
technically,
right.
and I know this is category whiskey, it's not bourbon, but Jack Daniels could technically be classified as a bourbon. They choose not to.
Yeah, if they would stop filtering it through some dang old charcoal
Mm,
and leave it alone.
no, they don't even have to do that. There's nothing in the law about that. They could legally
I
filter it,
know,
but just quit
but
calling it
still,
Tennessee whiskey and just label it as a bourbon.
yeah, they want to filter it through some dang old charcoal some more and stuff like
And
that.
they
Leave it
didn't even
alone.
come up with that. You know who came up with that? Uncle Nearest.
No, Ugliners.
Yes,
He
that
would.
absolutely 100%. Uncle Nearest came up with the charcoal filter. Jack Daniels just copied that shit. Why
Oh,
KB?
hey, y'all, I put in Bourbon Syndicate's link that's up to him, so I don't know, but I figured I'd throw him in there. And then also Bobby Bad Axe Bourbon, too. If y'all
Oh
ain't some
yeah,
to
man.
him, he's a
Man, he's
fantastic
growing.
fireman, and y'all need to check him out, too.
And check out that really good cocoa of the Empire Redwood Empire cast strength over there.
Yep.
That is
It's,
pretty good
it's an
stuff.
odd one. That one, that's an odd cocoa to me. I like ones that
It,
have more of
it
a
is
like a dark chocolate or a cocoa nibs or something like
right.
that. But that one was it was an odd like fake chocolate flavor to
Yeah, like
me.
I said, it tasted like those little footballs, basketballs, and soccer ball or baseballs we used
Yeah,
to get with the little tinfoil on them, and they were
the
mostly
super
black,
cheap almost chocolate. Not
almost
quite,
chocolate.
but almost. Yeah, no problem, Bourbon.
All right, we're at 17. I'm gonna let this go to 20. So hurry, hurry, hurry. We got 3 more minutes,
Oh,
and then I'm gonna.
it's too bad you know, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and time you out just for the. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, and you could still call it. It could be a bourbon made in Tennessee, and they could still call it Tennessee whiskey because technically
It
all
is.
bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. And it's made in Tennessee, then you can call it a Tennessee whiskey, even though it's a
Yep.
bourbon. They could have had the name, and they could have had their cake and ate it too. They just decided not to do it.
Yep. Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Although personally, I've never been a Jack Daniels fan myself. I like the other stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a Kentucky boy. Come on. I mean,
Mm,
one things I had recently. Uh, well, Brian Kilco sent me a sample of Four Roses LE. It was a 2021 or 22 LE, and dang, that stuff was fantastic. I wish I could actually find a bottle of that around me, but I've never seen it around here. I mean, I
well,
live in
Jimmy.
Austin, so
So Jimmy says I can't wait for McCormick's to be number one. Well, we do have an election coming up for president, and there could be some catastrophic things happen either way, no matter which way that goes. And if we implode as a society, and the top shelf flips and becomes the bottom shelf flips and becomes the top shelf, McCormick's may end up on top, or at least in the top 10. So you got something to look forward to
yep.
there. Now, you have
I
to endure society collapsing first, but hey, other than that, yeah, we got it made.
yeah, I got a sample of that from Jimmy, and it's actually not that bad of a whiskey. I mean, it's it's a little less notes than that even, but it's not bad. $11 for a good night. Exactly.
I know
Granted, gonna have the rough morning to follow, but if you
that was
hydrate
funny.
enough, it's not gonna be too bad.
That was funny over there on 21090. Sweet taste of defeat.
Oh
All right.
man,
There's the
that's a good
whiskey.
thing about it. But Whiskey Tube is I have fun on Whiskey Tube.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I've met some great people, and I've gotten to try some great samples of different things that has expanded my mind and my palate on a lot of different whiskey. It's been so much fun.
All right. I'm about to share this out. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, go on in, but it's only for a short period of time.
Boom. Good luck, everybody. If you missed this one, don't worry about it. I got one coming up. All you have to do is put the hashtag I put in the chat into the chat. That's Alex
Oh,
Bruyere. That's the
Moose!
first one for tonight.
Really?
And
That's his
that,
first
yep.
win tonight?
I'm hoping.
Well,
Yeah.
dang. Moose is slacking over here on us.
Well, I wasn't hoping that for him. I was hoping that so I didn't have to scratch on my notepad again. But yes, I
Oh,
did
okay.
glance through it right
Oh,
quick,
well.
and I didn't see.
Ben finally decided to put himself in.
Now this one here is worth the gusto of 20 entries, so don't miss this one. It's the last one of the night. It's the number one entry, and it also starts with a J, and it is ta-da!
Jim
It's our
Beam.
Jeremy Beam.
Dang, what
Uh,
those,
uh,
those
I don't know.
those are
I
pale
ripped these
bottles.
pictures off the freaking their site. I got down there and it looked like some Andy Warhol pop art, and I was like, whatever. I'm not going
Yeah.
looking up a damn Jim Beam bottle. I am too busy. I'm too busy of a man to do that.
Yep. For that.
They won't care. But they went. Now Jim Beam dropped. Jim Beam
Yeah.
dropped. Jack Daniels went up. Jim Beam went down from
Wow.
17 million cases to 16.7, which is a negative 1.6% Ghost Rider. That's what that
Whoopsie.
came out to. So, but if you
Yeah.
notice, Jack Daniels has been coming out with a lot of neat stuff lately, trying to get people, back interested. And Jim Beam's been kind of riding on their laurels, So
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
see how it goes.
Beams and Tori's going to be kicking in there. They're going to help it out. Hey, cheers,
Yeah,
Anthony. Good to see
they
you,
will.
sir. It's Josh, by the way. So,
But all that little stuff makes it different. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, there's a taste in Jim Beam that it's called water, Jimmy. That's the taste we can't stand.
Well, there's some of them that have a little bit more flavor than that one from the 80 proof stuff. Something
Yeah.
halfway decent now. Come on. Jim Beam honey? No, thank you, Big
Mm.
Daddy. I'll pass on that.
Now, it tastes exactly what it sounds like. It tastes like a really liquid, actual wild honey. It tastes exactly like honey.
Yeah. I got
And
this one honey liqueur from Colorado when I was up there. They make their own whiskey. They distill and age their own whiskey, and they also have their own honeybees, and they use their own honey in that. And then they added in cinnamon. Excuse me. So it was
oh
kind of
yeah,
like your the what's the cinnamon honey thing that everybody drinks? Um, Fireball. It was kind of like that, but
no,
it
with the
was
cinnamon. Yeah.
actual real tasting honey and like real cinnamon. Not the funky weird fake red hot type cinnamon. It
Whiskey
tasted like real
RN.
cinnamon.
Yeah.
And I made
Oh,
my wife a drink with that. She made some hot chocolate, and I poured some of that in there, and she was like, "This is fantastic."
hey, while we're waiting, Whiskey RN just showed up. You can put me in until the end of the hour, the half hour here. So if you have not done so, I saw Whiskey RN came in. Type put me uh, in the chat, and you get those 10 entries. That goes until the end. I'm going to spin this one here in just a couple of
Okay.
minutes, but
Um,
Type
What's
put me in.
who's QQKB?
I was going to ask that. That's why I had
You
it
notice, bro?
highlighted, but we had a lot going on.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy. Yeah,
So
it's like
yeah,
Ghost
so
Slugger or something.
yeah, who is QKB? Mr. Jiggs is here. There it is.
QKB. Do I know? And
All right, there's the alarm going off. All right, Sugar Kitty. Did
oh,
I get Sugar Kitty? Did I get? No, I did not. I did not. I'm
oh,
gonna
Queen
write
Kathy
Sugar Kitty
Bates. I
down.
got you. Her birthday's on the 11th of November. Huh? Oh, she's getting younger then, is she? I got you.
Sugar Kitty said I put it in late. That's what she said. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Oh wait, I got to share the screen first. Okay, present the screen, share the screen, do the screen. Here's the screen. 23 entries to the quarterly drawing for 20 entries right here. Come on. Let's land
Come
on a bunch of
on,
repeats.
me for
Sugar
once.
Kitty.
Nope. Sugar
No,
Kitty.
Sugar
There we
Kitty.
go.
Wow. We only had 2 repeats this whole night. Whoa.
Oh, finally
See,
turned 35, huh, Guani? About time.
dang. You know what?
I
In
wouldn't have guessed.
celebration, and my page is freaking full. But if somebody types put me in that hasn't yet, I will get them down there. I'll make a second column. But I just wrote down in the slim margin of this page to
Sweet, Jimmy.
fit
I'm
the
going to be
names
there.
in.
Oh, at least I'm going to do my best, anyways. I can't guarantee anything, but we'll give it the best shot I can.
Oh, there is. No, that's Gawani. Bourbon Syndicate, I already got you. Yep. Yeah, you only get one put me in.
Oh, I
But
believe you,
yeah,
Kathy.
if somebody I mean, I'm looking at 20 something people on the eyeball, and this is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, well, okay. There's real close. But here's the thing, if you're overseas and you're in, I don't know, the UK or Australia, and you set up really, really late or whatever, or you're drinking coffee and eating eggs or something, type put me in and I can get you that. And if you win, you can gift those entries or you can gift that to someone else or you can do other things and like be a hero on the channel. I'm just saying there's other ways to handle
Yep.
the wins.
Yep, not a problem.
But
It
man,
would be
we are
nice if we could
down.
ship stuff overseas a lot cheaper, like
I,
to Canada and
boy, I wish.
UK and things like that.
Hmm.
But Canada's stupid. Oh my God. You know, you ship a bottle over there, if it's a $50 bottle, they want just for Canadian taxes to get it into to where it's supposed to go. It's like, come on
Yep.
now, really.
2 minute warning. All right, guys, we are down to the last 2 minutes of the show. If if you're thinking about buying Basil Hayden's, just get a bottle of this. That was the story of the night. And yeah, that's it. Just don't buy Basil Hayden's. And if people stand up, whoa, what is this? This is William Hall. That is for the halfway mark and the regular drawing, by the way. Well, I gotta have to write
Very
this
nice. Thank
down.
you, William.
Boy, that was in there at the last second. William Hall now has
I have no idea, Kwani. Very possible, though.
entries. Now, I didn't announce this. We have a lot of people in here. We do a halfway mark giveaway. We just did it last Thursday. The next one is on January 25th, 2024. So it's 3 months from last weekend, right? And the only way to get entries to that drawing is to do a super because we're giving away bottles of things. But when you do a super, you also get those same entries to the regular quarterly drawing, which is a 24 note nosing kit, 3 sample bourbons marked A, B, and C, a bourbon bounty laser engraved whiskey glass,
Hey,
and a virtual private tasting with me. So where I will reveal the bourbons and walk through. And there's Whiskey Corner coming in. How's it going?
Cheers, Whiskey
And
Corner.
so, but yeah, the supers are there. We just started a new quarter, plenty of time on that one. But yeah, we're getting there. But William Hall is getting more entries right there. So with that, guys, we're going to
Exactly,
start
sir.
wrapping this up. We got to go. Hopefully, I get as many next week as I had tonight. I know I go a little early, but I'm East Coast. I'm sorry about that. I know the West Coast is behind, and this is early, but this is late out here. Let me get Kathy Bates down here before we close out. Kathy B.
Give to YKB. You knows, bro.
You knows, bro. Holy shit. Okay. YKB.
Gotcha.
Right there.
Thank you,
Give the
Kathy.
YKB.
Cheers.
Got it. All right. And is there an after party? There is a little, I don't do after parties, Gawani. I do an after in the studio hangout, but not an after party. I work is crazy. I have to work tomorrow. So I just have a few select people come hang out. But guys, with that, we're gonna have to sign off. I try to end right at 8:30, and it's 8:31. Peace, love, and bourbon, and I hope to see you next.